Hello. I think now you are able to hear me. I'm raising the poll. Hello. Yes. So let's start the class. Okay. Now, listen, what is given in the question? In my last lecture, I was discussing about the mole concept. So, and I think few question was remaining from assignment. Okay. So, as I told you, uh, wait for a moment. Okay. So in this case, as I told you, if one mole is what, then you can say, wait for a while, that is one mole is 6.022 into 10 to the power 23 particles. So from the number of particle, number of moles is given number of particles or molecules or ions upon Na. Na is, we all know, Na is Avogadro number. Is it clear? Yes. Now again, molecular formula: given mass of the substance upon gram atomic mass. Clear? Number of molecules, given mass of the substance upon gram molecular mass. Now next, suppose if volume is given, so we will take volume is volume of the gas at 1 bar. If we take 1 bar pressure, then gram molar volume is 22.7, not 22.4 VVI. Now at STP condition, that means to say volume of gas at 1 atm. Clear? Here the pressure is 1 atm. Then we will take 22.4 liter. Generally in numericals, we just consider 22.4 liter. We do not consider 20. Very rare case we consider that 22.7 liter. So what we are telling, according to IUPAC agreement, that STP condition was 1 atm pressure and 273 Kelvin temperature. But according to new agreement, it is 1 bar pressure and 273 Kelvin temperature. Although many books are still using the condition of 1 atm and 273 Kelvin. So generally in books it is given only 22.4 liter. But you have to think, sometime it may given 22.7 liter. So don't get confused. When we take 22.7 liter, when the pressure is 1 bar, and when we take 22.4 liter, when the pressure is 1 atm. Now another formula of number of moles, that I will discuss in detail in states of matter, chapter number 5. As we know, PV is equal to nRT. N is equal to P upon RT. Always remember, this is very important, and this is a part of chapter number 5. Now, P is pressure, V is volume, R is universal gas constant. You have heard na, universal gravitational constant, same as it is R, universal gas constant, and T is temperature. What is the value of R? Look at the value of R here is given 0.081 liter atm per mole per Kelvin. Is it clear, my friend? Yes. We will take pressure in atm, volume in liter, and temperature in Kelvin, because the unit of R is 0.081 liter atm mole per Kelvin. Clear? Now let's move to the next one. Wait for a moment. Yes. Now, as I told you, what is vapor density? Remember, 2 into molecular mass. Vapor density. Vapor density is equal to molecular mass upon 2, or molecular mass of a gas is equal to 2 into vapor density. Clear? Now, in my last lecture, I also discussed what is average molecular mass. This is the formula of average molecular mass: N1 M1 plus N2 M2 upon N1 N2. Do you remember? No? Suppose percentage is 20%. Suppose X2 means N2 is 80%, and M1, that was the mass. Suppose this is the mass of oxygen, that is equal to what? 16, and M2 is the mass of what? Nitrogen, that is equal to 14. So this is the formula of average. This is just a revision. Okay. Now let's move to the next one. This is the now new topic. This is very much VVI. How to find the percentage composition how to find the percentage composition. Look at, suppose we have given, wait for a moment. Suppose we have given Na2SO4. Clear? In Na2SO4, wait, let me change the color. Na2SO4. Now they are asking calculate the percentage composition of each component in Na2SO4. Now look at, first of all, write down percentage of Na. Now what should be the value? Sodium how many times here? 2 times. So what should be the mass of sodium? 2 into 23 divided by total mass of the Na2SO4. What is the total mass? 2 into 23 plus 32 plus 4 into 16. What should be the answer? 46 plus 32 plus 64. So we will write 46 plus 32 plus 64. So 64 and this is 142. Am I right? So what is the percentage of Na? 2 into 36 divided by 142 multiplied by 100. Is it clear? Now they are asking find out the percentage of sulfur. Sulfur how many times? 1 time. So write down percentage of sulfur. Sulfur atomic mass 32, only 1 time. So I have just written 32. And what is the overall molecular mass? 142 multiplied by 100. Now again, percentage of oxygen. How many oxygen present? 4 times. And atomic mass of oxygen 16. So 4 into 16 divided by molar mass 142 multiply by 100. After solving, you will get the percentage of each composition. Is it clear? Is it clear to you? What is percentage composition? Mass of element upon molar mass multiply by 100. Now it's your turn. Do fast. In H2O, find out the percentage composition of each component. In H2O, find out the percentage composition of. Okay, please repeat serially. No issue. Now look at percentage composition. Solve it. If you are able to solve it, then definitely your concept is clear. Now question is find out the percentage composition of each component in H2O. Look at what is the percentage composition of hydrogen? Tell me. Hydrogen how many times? 2 times. What is the mass of each hydrogen? 1. 2 into 1. What is the molar mass of H2O? 18. Multiply by 100. Look at the mass of element upon M. M is molar mass into 100. After solving, you will get the answer. What is the percentage of oxygen? Oxygen is how many times? 1 time. 1 into what is the atomic mass of oxygen? 16. Divided by molar mass 18. Multiply by 100. I think you can easily get it. Clear? Clear? Now question number 1. Wait for a moment. Question number 1. Now you have to find the percentage composition of each component in CaCO3. Always I have taken here is 1 mole. Okay. Now do first. Second is in Na2CO3. Again I am consider 1 mole, or sometime it has written 1 molecule. No issue. Now do first. Do fast, students. Yes, Anusha, what happened? In chat box message. Look at, I'm doing first question. Wait for a while. Yes, I got the answer. Calcium 1%. No, Anusha. Calcium not 1%. Wait for a moment. Sir, did not get the concept. No issue, Siriari. Again, I'm repeating. CaCO3. Okay, if this is not your first class, then you can easily go through it. Now what should be the answer? Look at calcium, how many times? One time. Okay, so you will write percentage of calcium. Okay, how, one times, right? One. What is the atomic mass of calcium? 40 divided by total molar mass of CaCO3. What is the total molar mass of CaCO3? Tell me. The total molar mass of CaCO3, calcium 40, carbon 12, oxygen 3 into 16. What is 60 total? 100. So put it 1 into 40 divided by 100 multiply by 100. So what is the percentage? 100 cancel, 40% calcium. Clear? Now again, percentage of carbon. What is the percentage of carbon? How many carbon present? One carbon, one. What is the atomic mass of carbon? 12 divided by total molar mass 100 into 100. So what is the percentage composition? That is 12%. Now move to oxygen. Percentage of oxygen. Oxygen how many times? 3 times. 3 into 16 divided by 100 multiply by 100. Answer is 48. Now add them. 48 plus 12, 60. 60 plus 40, that is total 100. That means to say we are completely correct. Is it clear? Now clear? Raise your hand. Sri Hari, got it? Now tell me yes or no. Did you get it or not? Yes, good. Anusha, got it? Anusha, Azit, in chat box, message me. Did you get it or not? Now next question. Okay, it's clear. Good. Now so solve for Na2CO3. Now solve for Na2CO3. Question number 2. Na2CO3. Now do fast. Now what should be the answer and how to solve it? Reply fast, because we have to solve lots of questions, and as I told you earlier, today we'll discuss about the how to find the strength of the solution. Yeah, I message. Yes, clear, Ajit Anand, but answer it. This question, answer it. Okay, answering. Okay, Ajit 46, 12, Na 43. Let's check. Na how many times? 2 times. So what is the percentage of Na? 2 into 23 divided by what is the total molar mass here? 2 into 23 means 46 plus 12 plus 48. That means to say 106. Okay, divided by 106 multiply by 100. After solving, you will get the answer. Percentage of carbon, that is 1 into 12 divided by 106 multiply by 100. Now again, oxygen 3 into 16 divided by 106 multiply by 100. So after solving, you will have your answer. Clear? Now let's move to the question answer round. Now this is a question. This is a previous class assignment question. Now listen carefully. This is again a VVI question. A sample of NH4 Hall thrice PO4 contains how many mole of hydrogen? It is given the mole of hydro. Yes, what happened? Wait for a moment. 43. How it is 46, sir? What is 46? How it is 46, sir? Okay, wait for a moment. What happened? Let's check. Na2CO3, na? Na2CO3, na? What is the atomic mass of sodium? 23 2 times. So at this is 46. 2 into 23, 46. Clear, Anusha? Is it clear to you? Okay, got it, na? Okay, now moving to the next question. Okay. Okay, sir. Okay, now move here. Now this question, a sample of NH4 whole thrice PO4 contains 3.18 mole of hydrogen. What is the mole of hydrogen given? 3.18 mole. Is it clear? Now moles of hydrogen atoms. Okay, the number of moles of oxygen atom in the sample. Now first of all check. 1 mole NH4 whole thrice PO4 contain how many moles of hydrogen? Look at here, hydrogen 4 into 3, 4 3 is 12. Write down 12 mole hydrogen atom. Clear? So we can say 12 mole hydrogen atoms are present in 1 mole. Clear? So 3.18 mole hydrogen atoms are present in how many mole? 3.18 divided by 12 moles of NH4 whole thrice PO4. So tell me, what is the number of moles of NH4 whole thrice PO4? Now we got it, 3.18 divided by 12. Is it clear? Now moving here. Wait for a moment. Now we know 1 mole NH4 whole thrice PO4 contain how many mole of oxygen? Look at 4. So you will write 4 mole oxygen atoms. Now it is given how many mole did you get? 3.18 divided by 12 mole NH4 whole thrice PO4 contain how many mole? 3.18 divided by 12 multiply by 4 mole oxygen atom. Now solve it and answer. What is the answer in this case? What should be the answer? Do fast. What should be the answer? Do fast. I got only one message. Yes, 1.06 complete. Yes, that's good. Now 4 3 is a 12, then that is 1.06. So what is the answer in this case? 1.06. Clear? Hope completely clear. These are the very good questions. Actually, these are higher level question. But if you have, yes, Sri Hari, if you have command in such kind of question, then it will help you in competitive examination. Now let's move to the next question. Next question. Now answer it. This is again a good question. We are solving varieties of question. Look at a compound of nitrogen and oxygen was found to contain 7 tends to 16 by mass of nitrogen and oxygen. Clear? What is the ratio? 7 tends to 16. That means to say this is a given mass of nitrogen, this is a given mass of oxygen. So to write the formula, we need to find out the number of atoms of nitrogen or number of atoms of oxygen. We know how to find. What is the formula? Or you can say directly number of moles. We know number of moles equal to given mass upon atomic mass. What is the atomic mass of nitrogen here? 7 upon 14. Oxygen what? 16. So what will happen? Ratio is 1 tends to 2 tends to 1. So what is the final ratio? That is 1 tends to 2. This 2 will move here. So what is the formula of the compound? Tell me. N 1 time, oxygen 2 time. NO2. Again, this is a variety of question. What is given? Ratio is 7 tends to 16 by mass. So what convert it? Number of moles, that is divided by atomic mass, divided by atomic mass, 1 by 2 tends to 1. So ratio is 1 tends to 2. So nitrogen 1 time, oxygen 2 time. So formula is NO2. Clear? Yes or no? Clear? Do fast. Rajneesh, you are very, very late. Why? Not too fast. Cleared, sir. Srihari, did you get it? Okay, got it. Now again, yes. Yes, sir. Good. Good. Now let's move to the next question. Next question is question number 13. Now this question is for you. It's very interesting question. Oh, due to rain. Okay, no issue. Okay, do first. Now, how many years it would take to spend Avogadro number of rupees at the rate of 1 million rupees in 1 second? Tell me, you have one Avogadro number of rupees, means total rupees you have 6.022 into 10 to the power 23. Think on it. You have this amount. इतने सारे पैसे हैं तुम्हारे पास. Now they are asking, इतने सारे पैसे खर्च करने में how much time will you take? If you spend 1 million, means 10 to the power 6 rupees in 1 second. Mathematics question. So tell me, how many years will you take to expend this all money, entire amount of money? इसको पूरे खर्च करने में कितना टाइम लगेगा तुमको? Just सोच it. Just think on it. कितना टाइम लगेगा? And आंसर बताओ जल्दी से. What should be the answer? Answer fast. Still I didn't get the answer. What happened? Okay. Okay, I'm solving. Okay. You have that amount of money and you are spending 10 to the power 6 amount of rupees in 1 second. So number of year required. Number of years required. So total amount you have 6.022 into 10 to the power 23 divided by 10 to the power 6. But you know, you have to convert second into what? Year. So what will you do finally? That is multiply by 60. Now again 60. Now 24. Multiply by 365. After solving, you will get the answer. Clear? Got it? Means you have that amount and you are spending 10 to the power 6 in 1 second. So number of second equal to 6.022 into 10 to the power 23 divided by 10 to the power 6. But they are asking years. So convert second into years. Clear? Total directly we solve it. Okay. I hope completely clear. Yes, sir. Good. Now let's move to the next question. Now again, this is a very, very good question. Look at, calculate the number of Cl minus and Ca2 plus ion in 220 gram of anhydrous CaCl2. First of all, we know, find out the number of moles. We know number of moles equal to given mass. Given mass is 222. And what is the molecular mass of CaCl2? Calcium 40, chlorine 35.5. 35.40 plus 71, that is equal to 111. Is it clear? Now put it here, 111. So total number of moles of CaCl2, 2. Now check it out. We know when CaCl2 dissociate, it gives Ca2 plus ion in and 2Cl minus ion. Now check here. One CaCl2 gives how many Ca2 plus ion? 1 Ca2 plus ion. How many Cl minus ion? 2 Cl minus ion. Clear? But in 2 mole. So you will write 1 mole CaCl2 gives. Clear? 1 mole Ca2 plus ion. Clear? Wait for a while. So 2 mole CaCl2 gives how many mole? 2 mole Ca2 plus ion. Clear? Now look at chlorine. In case of chlorine, what will you do? Wait for a while. Yes. Now 1 mole CaCl2 gives how many moles? 2 moles Cl minus ion. Wait. 2 moles Cl minus ions. Clear? So 2 mole CaCl2 will give what? 2 into 2 moles Cl minus ion means how many mole? 4 mole Cl minus ions. Clear? So what should be the answer? These are moles. What should be the answer? Let's check. Yes. Now look at what should be the answer. How many moles? 2 mole of Na plus. Answer is 2 Na. Na what? We have converted into total number of ions. So we know we need to multiply moles into moles by Avogadro number. So what should be the answer? A. 2 Na ions of Ca2 plus and 4 Na ions of Cl minus. Hope completely clear? Yes. Now let's move to the next question. Please explain again. Okay, Anusha. No issue. I'm giving one more example. Now I'm taking one more example. Tell me total number of ions present in, total number of Al3 plus ion present in 1 mole AlCl3. What is the question? Find out the total number of Al3 plus ion and Cl minus ion present in 1 mole AlCl3. Now do fast. If you solve this question, now you easily go through the question. Now I am doing again. Wait for a moment. थोड़ा सा wait कर लो. Answer. Look at. We know when AlCl3 break, it will break like this: Al3 plus and 3Cl minus. Clear? So 1 mole AlCl3 gives how many mole of Al3 plus ion? Only one. So you will write 1 mole of Al3 plus ions. Clear? Now convert moles into total number of ions. We will multiply 1 multiply Na. Na is Avogadro number. So total ion of Al3 plus NaAl3 plus ion. Now look at 1 mole AlCl3 gives how many mole of chlorine? Look at 3. So you will write 3 moles Cl minus ion. Now convert it into total number of ions. So 3 multiplied by Na. So answer is 3 NaCl ions. Is it clear, Anusha? Anybody any doubt? Now tell me. It's very simple. Now if anyone asks you for 2 mole, so answer will be 2 Na and here will be 3 to just 6. Okay. Okay. Let's move to the next question. Now this is a question. This is again a very good question. These are all varieties of question. What is the molecular mass of a substance, each molecule of which contain 9 carbon atom? Okay. What is the mass of 9 carbon atoms? Tell me. Okay. What is the atomic mass of carbon? 12. So 9 into 12 AMU. Clear? Now, how many hydrogen atom? So mass of 13 hydrogen atom. Clear? Mass of 13 hydrogen atom. What is the mass, atomic mass of hydrogen atom? Tell me. It is around 1. So you will write 13 into 1 is equal to 13 AMU. Clear? Now, and 2.33 into 10 to the power minus 23 gram of another component. So mass of other component, what will you do? Mass of other component is equal to 2.33 into 10 to the power minus 23 divided by, we know 1 AMU is equal to how many gram? 1.66 into 10 to the power minus 24 gram. After solving, how many AMU you are getting? It is around 14.04 AMU. So what is the mass of 9 carbon atom? 108 AMU. Clear? Look at 108 AMU. Total hydrogen atom 13 AMU. Another component 14 AMU. and this all together forms a molecule. So what is the molecular mass? Final answer, molecular mass is equal to 108 plus 13 plus 14.04. After solving, what should be the answer in this case? The answer in this case, 135.04 AMU. Clear? Clear or not? Tell me. So these are the varieties of question that you can face in competitive examination. All are independent from each other, but concept always remains same. Yes, sir. Anusha, Srihari, Rajneesh, got it? Ajit. Okay, okay, good. Clear now? Now let's move to the next question. Who is going to solve it? Do fast. This is again. Okay, tell me what is density is equal to what? Mass upon volume. In the question, density is given 1.429 gram per liter, means 1.429 gram of O2 present in how many liter? 1 liter, because density is equal to mass per unit volume. Clear? Now they are asking what is the molar volume of the oxygen gas. So look at. Clear now? This concept is clear? Now tell me. Now solve the molar volume of the gas. Okay, now we know 1.429 gram present in 1 liter. So what is the molecular mass of oxygen? 32 gram. So 32 gram will present in, tell me, 32 multiplied by 1.49. Is it clear to you? 32 multiplied by 1 divided by 1.429, around 1.429. Is it clear to you? After solving, you will get 22.4 liter. Answer is 22.4 liter. Now how many of you? Oh, good, Anusha, good. Answer is here, 22.4 liter, because 1.429 gram O2 present in 1 liter means 1.429 gram contain 1 liter. So 32 gram, because they are asking molar volume. So molar volume means 1 mole. And you also solve like this. Find out the number of moles and convert it. Clear? Srihari, Rajneesh, all clear? Ajit? Okay. I'm moving to the next section, next final question. Now this is again a variety of question. Look at. Yes. Okay. This is question. Now apply your brain. Thoda socho how to solve it. Now think, look at. P and Q are two elements which form P2Q3 and POQ2 molecule. If 0. What is given? If 0.15 mole of P2Q3 and POQ2 weighing 15.9 gram and 9.3 gram, what are the atomic mass of P and Q? Now listen, this is a mathematical question. Let atomic mass of P and Q are A and B respectively. So what is the atomic mass? We considered A, and what is the atomic mass of Q? That is B. Yes, answer got it. 18.24. Yes, atomic mass of Q is around 18.24. Yes, good, Anusha. So let atomic mass of P and Q are A and B. So in first case, write down here is case 1. Case 1 is, what is the compound? P2Q3. So how many times P? 2 times. So you will write total atomic mass 2A. Q how many times? 3 times. So 3B. Clear? How many moles total? 0.15. And when we weigh them, what is the mass given? 15.9. This is the first equation. Clear? Case 2. Case 2. What is the formula of the compound? PQ2. P how many times? 1 time. So write down 1. Q 2 times 2B. And how many moles of PQ2 is given? That is 0.5 moles. 0.15 equal to 9.3 gram. This is equation 2. Now mathematics, you can solve for A and B. So after solving, A comes 26 and B will come around 18. Is it clear, all students? Clear or not? Say yes or no. Yes, yes, Anusha, completely. Srihari, Rajneesh, if you are not getting, then tell me. Yes, Rajneesh, good, good, good. Now I think you have a strong grip on mole concept. Actually, you know, mole makes us fool. This topic is very tough and very important, because if you have no command on this topic, you cannot solve the questions of stoichiometry, uh, gas analysis, and as well as the how to find the concentration of the solution. Clear? Now let's move to the next section. This question: how many gram of sulfur are required to produce 10 mole and 10 gram? How many gram of sulfur are required to produce 10 mole and 10 gram of H2SO4? Okay, now look at how many gram? 10 mole, na? Okay. 1 mole H2SO4 contain how many mole of sulfur? 1 mole sulfur. Clear? What is the atomic mass of sulfur? We know 32 gram. Clear? So 32 gram sulfur is required to produce how many mole? 1 mole H2SO4. So they are asking, we need to produce 10 mole. So 1 mole H2SO4 required 32 gram. So 10 mole H2SO4 required how many gram? It required 10 multiply 32. That is equal to 320 grams sulfur. Is it clear? Yes, that's good. Srihari, that's good. Now for 10 gram, so simple, 10 gram of H2SO4 means is very simple. We have to find out the number of moles. We know number of moles of H2SO4 is equal to given mass 10 upon molecular mass, that is 98. Now in the case we have 10 upon 98 moles of H2SO4. Now solve is very simple. Wait for a moment. Yeah. So 1 mole H2SO4 contain how many mole? 1 mole sulfur means how many gram sulfur? 32 gram sulfur. Clear? We have how many mole? That is 10 upon 98. 98 is the molecular mass. 10 upon 98 mole H2SO4 require how many mole? 10 upon 98 multiply 1 mole sulfur. So what is the mass? 10 upon 98 multiply by 32. After solving, you will have the answer. Clear? 1 mole 32. So mole convert into mass. So multiply by 98. Is it clear? So after solving, I think the answer will be 3.265 gram sulfur. All clear? Yes, sir. So now next final, what is the, how to find the strength of the solution? Tell me one thing, what is solution? We know when solute and solvent mix completely, we get a solution. Means a solution is a which mixture? Homogeneous mixture. A solution is a homogeneous mixture. Homogeneous mixture means which has uniform composition. You cannot isolate the particles by simple physical method. So solution is a homogeneous mixture of two or more substance. Two or more means one part may be solute, one part may be solvent, two part may be solute, and one part may be solvent. So again, I'm repeating, what is a solution? A solution is a homogeneous mixture of two and more components. Clear? For example, sugar plus water. We know sugar is, pardon, sugar is, wait, sugar is solute and water is solvent. So it forms a solution because it is completely miscible and you cannot separate them easily. So this form a solution. Solution is a homogeneous mixture. Means agar koi completely dissolve ho jaye, if anything dissolves completely, then we will say it forms a solution. Now tell me, oil plus water, is it a solution? Will it form a solution or not? Message me, chat box mein message karo. Oil plus water, will it form a solution or not? Not. Good, Rajneesh. Other student, no. Yes, because we know oil and water are not completely miscible, so it will not form solution. Now tell me, sand plus water, will it form solution? We know sand does not dissolve in water, so we will say it will not form solution. So what is the logic behind it? If anything is completely miscible, complete miscibility, it forms solution. So due to this reason, it is a homogeneous mixture, or you can say it is a single phase mixture. Clear? Now we have a solution. Suppose one day one of your friend come in your house and you have to prepare a sugar solution. So this time you have taken 1 spoon sugar. Clear? 1 spoon sugar liya and I think 1 glass of water. Is it clear? And serve. In this situation, what did you find? It also forms a solution. Now in another day your very close friend comes. Now what will happen? He is very close. So this time you have taken 3 spoon sugar plus 1 glass water. Now tell me which solution is, which solution is more sweeter? बताओ कौन सा solution सबसे ज्यादा sweet है? For your normal friend or your close friend? Second one. Yes. How did you find second one? 1 spoon sugar and 1 glass of water, it also forms solution. Okay. And 3 spoon sugar and 1 glass of water, it also forms solution. But which is sweeter? You will say, yes, you're very close. Close. Yes, close friend. Second one. Yes. Yes, Rajnish, close friend. Means what? It also forms solution. It also forms solution. But in this second case, when your close friend comes, in this case, the quantity of sugar is more. That means to say, in this situation, the solution has more strength, means concentration is more. Got it? Why do we need to find the concentration? We just need to check how much quantity of solute are present in a particular amount of solvent. Got it? Got it? If anyone asks you whether there is a need to find the strength or concentration of the solution, this is the reason behind it. So now this time we will say my close friend has more powerful solution, or you can say more concentrated solution, because the spoon more spoon sugar is present here. Clear? All clear? What is the logic behind it? How to find the strength of the solution? Say yes or no. Batao sabko. Anybody any problem? No sir, didn't get it. Tell me which solution has more power? 1 spoon sugar plus 1 glass water, and second one is 3 spoon sugar plus 1 glass water. Tell me which has more strength? Rajneesh, which has more strength, first or second? This one or this one? So Anusha second, Rajneesh 3 spoon sugar, 1 glass water. Yes, na? How did you guess? Because you know the quantity of solute is more. When the quantity of solute is more, the strength is more. So we have various methods to find out this strength, because in all cases you cannot guess. You need to solve it. Clear, na? Rajnish got it now. You need to solve it. This time you can easily guess, but all the time, the question was not that much easy that you expect. So in such a situation, we have various methods to find out the strength of the soil. What are the various methods? Look at first one: mass percentage, volume percentage, mass by volume percentage, parts per million. One more, ppb, parts per billion. Wait. ppb, parts per billion, mole fraction, molality, then normality, then formality. These all are used to find out the strength of the solution. So we will discuss one by one each. Clear? Now, first one is mass by mass percentage. Clear? We know a solution formed by solute and solvent. So mass by mass percentage of solute is equal to mass of solute upon, not mass of solvent, is equal to mass of solution upon mass of solution multiply by 100. Clear? This is the mass by mass percentage of solute. Mass of solute upon mass of solution multiply by 100. Now question is, what is mass by mass percentage of the solution of 18 gram glucose C6H12O6 present in 100 gram of water? Now, what is the mass by strength of the solution in terms of mass by mass percentage? Yes, you will say 18%. Yes, Sri Hari, that is the problem, na? That's why I have given the question. Look at what is mass by mass percentage. Tell me. It is mass of solute 18 gram. Now mass of not solvent, mass of solution. What is mass of solution? Tell me. Mass of solution is, we know, mass of solute plus mass of solvent. Always remember, mass of solute here is 18, mass of solvent here is 100, multiply by 100. That means to say 18 upon 118 multiply by 100. This is the correct one. Always remember, you have just mentioned 18%. We are asking what is the mass by strength of the solution. Got it? Clear? Not 18%. 18 upon 118 multiply by 100. Now you solve, you will get the answer. Next question. Wait for a moment. Yes, got. Okay. Very good. Now, next one. Again, just solve it. Wait for a while. Yeah. Now, question number 2. What is the mass by mass percentage when 20 gram NaCl present in 80 gram water? Now find out mass by mass percentage of the solution. Do fast. Mass by mass percentage. Yes. What is the answer? Srihari 20. Yes, this time Srihari, you are completely correct. Anusha, as usual, you are correct. We know what is mass by mass percentage. Yes. Mass by mass percentage equal to given mass mass of the solute 20 upon mass of the solution 80 plus 20 100 multiply by 100. Always remember. Hope completely clear na? Yes, 20 200. Why is it 200 upon 12? Why 200 upon 12? Mass of solute is 20, mass of solution 20 plus 80 100 multiply by 100. So this will cancel this one. So finally answer 20%. Na? Clear? Azit, clear? Okay, now let's move to the next. Next method is volume by volume percentage. Now in this case, we will take the volume of the solute. Suppose it is given 20 ml of solute. Listen. Okay, 20 ml of solute is dissolved in 80 ml of solvent. Clear? Then find out the volume by volume percentage. So V by V, volume by volume percentage is equal to volume of the solute 20 upon volume of the solution 20 plus 80, that is 100 multiply by 100. So what is volume by volume percentage? 20%. Is it clear? So look at the formula again. Volume of the component means volume of the solute upon total volume of the solution, not volume of the solvent, multiply by 100. Clear? Yes. Now next one is weight by volume percentage. Suppose volume by volume percentage we generally use in case of liquid solution, when solute is also liquid and solvent is also liquid, because we know it is easy to find out the volume of the liquid. So suppose milk dissolved in water. In this case, milk is liquid, water is also liquid. So in this case, we will use V by V percentage, volume by volume percentage. But suppose sugar is dissolved in water. Now sugar is solute. Clear? And solute, it is solid in nature. So it is easy to find out the weight of the solute. So in this case, we use either weight by weight percentage or mass by mass percentage or weight by volume percentage, because sugar is solute, it is in a solid state, but water is liquid. So in case of water, we can easily find volume also na. So for sugar plus water, two method, mass by mass percentage or mass by volume percentage. But if the liquid solution means solute and solvent both are in liquid state, then we will use the formula volume by volume percentage. Clear? Now next one is ppm. What is ppm? Parts per million. Means now we are not taking percentage. Yes, clear. Now we are not taking percentage, we are taking million. 1 million equal to 10 to the power 6. So what is ppm? Is equal to number of or you can say given mass of the component upon total mass multiply by 10 to the power 6. Clear? Now ppb, we know ppb, ppm percentage means 100, ppm means 10 to the power 6. So ppb we know billion means 10 to the power 9. So what is ppb? Number of parts of component upon total number of parts of all component of the solution multiply by 10 to the power 9. Is it clear? Again I'm repeating, mass by mass percentage, volume by volume percentage, mass by volume percentage, ppm multiply by 10 to the power 6, ppb multiply by 10 to the power 9. This is the simple difference. Clear? Now next BBI, final topic of today's class. Next is mole fraction. This is very, very important. Mole fraction. Is it clear? Now we know in a solution, in a solution we have two component. One is solute, second one is solvent. Suppose the moles of solute is Na and the moles of solvent is Nb. Clear? Moles of solute is Na and the moles of solvent be Nb. So what is the mole fraction of solute? This is called chi A. Mole fraction of solute is equal to moles of solute upon total moles of the solution. What is the total moles? Because in solution there is a solute as well as solvent. So what is the total moles of solution? Na plus Nb. So put it here, Na upon Na plus Nb. This is the mole fraction of solute. Now if anyone asks you what is the mole fraction of solvent, so solvent means number of moles of solvent, it is Nb upon Na plus Nb. This is the mole fraction of solvent. Clear? Now when we add them, what we are getting? Wait for a moment. Yes, pardon. Yeah, when we add them, we got XA plus XB is equal to NA upon Na plus Nb plus Nb upon Na plus Nb. Clear? Take the LCM. Na plus Nb is Na plus Nb. Clear? After taking, what we are getting? It is equal to 1. So mole fraction of solute plus mole fraction of solvent always equal to 1. This is the previous year JEE level question. This is very, very VBI. If anyone asks you what is the mole fraction of solute, you will write 1 minus XB mole. This is the relation. Is it clear? Anybody, any doubt? Yes, 1. Clear? So this is the topic, mole fraction. I think completely clear. Anybody, any doubt? If you have doubt, you can raise your hand. You can ask the question. Otherwise, I'm going to end the class. Is it clear now? So I'm going to end the class.